What is going on, good people? It's me, Sinnocence, back for another very exciting episode of the Pop-Up Gallery. And today is very exciting because I'm coming at you with some of my OC. Do not steal. Many moons ago in high school, I had tons of ideas for all these shows and manga and comics that I was going to write that I generally only ended up drawing one chapter of. But the one that I kept coming back to was some kind of weird Naruto ripoff called Dakrell, Land of Adventures. And in this series, it would follow our lead protagonist, Talon Shin, the boy with blue hair, as he tried to save the world from an evil god. Now, if those aren't high stakes, I don't know what is. But I had honestly developed many different characters and this long overarching plot. And like I said, it never ended up going anywhere, but I still have a very soft spot for it in my heart. And who knows, maybe one day I revisit it and remake it all together. I was honestly considering doing some kind of visual novel-esque thing with voice acting. Maybe for Dakrell, maybe for something new, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll toy with that idea more in the future. But for now, we're gonna draw Talon. Here's a few kind of examples that show what our boy looks like. And today I'm hoping to just draw him doing a pretty strong pose, holding his sword out, and we'll see what happens. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do for music for this one because I usually play whatever OST stuff is for the show that I'm referencing. Guess I'll figure that out later. But here we go. Okay, so this is real rough. We got his head here, his freaking popped up collar right here, his arm kind of reaching down here, his hand a little further in, and then I'm trying to play with perspective a little bit, which I know is dangerous for me. We're gonna give it a try anyway, and his sword is kind of jetting out towards us. His jacket's flown in the wind. I think this is an okay enough starting point. Let's see if I can remember how to draw his hair. Definitely gonna draw him side-eyeing the camera like a badass in this one. Now it's interesting because I actually spent quite a lot of time working on this IP back in the day, and at the time I feel like I was so concerned about it being considered derivative that I don't think I put as much into it as I could have. I mean, my original idea for the title of the series was Earthbound. I didn't even realize that I must have heard that title at some point and just like subconsciously decided, oh, this is gonna be the name of my show now. Had a little bit borrowed from Naruto, a little bit borrowed from Dragon Ball Z, but ultimately it was fairly unique in what I had come up with. Main character Talon lives in a small village, and there's a yearly mission for supplies where somebody from the village is elected to go and get it for everyone. And whilst he is out and about, he returns to find his village is in total ruins. It is kind of cool how much stuff I ended up borrowing from Japanese lore. Like, one of the main enemies that would have to be fought are kappa. Basically like duck turtle monsters with like a giant hole in the top of their head where they balance water. And if they get knocked over and the water pours out, they end up dying. But tons of little things like that that kind of brought the world to life. I actually even started making a full-on RPG video game based around it. If you guys look deep back in my videos, I did a bit of a let's play of it as well. That was pretty fun. It wasn't anything amazing, but it was also kind of cool what I managed to do with so little. Look at him. That stereotypical anime hero giving us a big ol' smirk. Woo! Now he seems ready for adventure. But we gotta give this boy his patented blue hair. Hey, and you know what? I think I still got the likeness down. One little piece of hair down here, though, will help after his neck is drawn in. Actually gonna crunch down the top bit of his head, though, just a smidge. Ugh, that's a little too much. Come on now. Okay, not a bad start. So I've already had a bit of a start on it so far, but I'm gonna get going on Talon's blue jacket. Not gonna lie, when I came up with the blue jacket, I was pretty stoked. It was very inspired by Bleach and Tight Kubo's sense of fashion and style. Talon just seemed a little too plain with a red shirt and blue jeans. He's got quite the pop collar. So bro-y.
And outdoor paradise for two.
Now I find that adding little bits of folds in fabric, if you can get it to move along with the body, it can add a touch of detail that really adds some depth to your drawings. So instead of this just being a flat red blob in the end, it'll have some kind of flow to it. You know, like a shirt might. I even feel a little uneasy about this one. It's a little too long. Okay, so there's a lot left to do still with his body, but we're gonna get on this hand here. I think it's gonna actually be the hardest part of this whole drawing because I'm really not used to the angle that we're gonna be seeing it at, because I want it to come towards camera, sort of. We'll see what I end up doing, but yeah, I'm gonna have to use some reference on that. See these? These are my terry folds, my foldy flaps. Also, actually applying the laws of gravity to fabric sometimes can add to the realism of a drawing. I was definitely drawing his arms like they were giant inner tubes for a sec there. Mostly just the end of the sleeve. It needs some droop, right? Oh my god! My hat's missing? What is this? My beard? What is... Oh! Oh! It's fabulous! Alright, well, enough distractions. Back to the drawing. I'm honestly still kind of considering turning Dakrell into some kind of visual novel type thing that would be for YouTube. Let me know if that's something that might interest you guys. I know for a fact that I would have a lot of fun making something like that. Visual novel, but with voice acting. So almost like a really lazy form of animation, I guess, because I simply can't dedicate that much time to doing straight up animation. I've tried it before. I might have mentioned it earlier in this video, but there is video, I'll leave a link in the description. It's an intro to the anime itself. I made it in high school, and it was absolutely bonkers. It turned out not too bad. There's a lot of stuff in it that even at the time I knew I could have drawn better, but at the same time I was fairly happy with how it turned out. And there we go. Episode 3 in the bank. We got our boy Talon looking pretty decent there. I used an old like digital painting that I did as the background and threw on some effects in Photoshop and a few like textures that I downloaded as well. I think the textures really added a lot. But yeah, this episode I did a little less talking than I did the previous episodes. I figured it'd be a little nicer to have just more time with the actual time-lapse stuff. So let me know if that's what you guys want to be seeing in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like. That lets me know that you enjoy this type of content, and hope to see you guys next time. Bye.